Hey, you know what's going on right now, right? Me and my man London going in, bro. Catch the wave. Cat Daddy K104. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Welcome to the second episode of the Catch Your Wave podcast. My name is Landon Buford, and today's guest is DJ slash model extraordinaire, Cat Daddy from K104. How you doing today, sir?
So, that's a true story. I am a model. I did get paid for my visual talents that I do have. So just be on the lookout. I'm actually, if you go to Top Golf, they have me in the bathroom. The poster in Top Golf. I'm not lying. The Top Golf on Park Lane.
I do not think that you are lying on that one.
No, I think it's the upstairs bathroom at Top Golf. Is a poster of me, really excited after a long drive. I think I hit it over the net and they put me in there. But it's true, I did get paid. They gave me $1,000 and took pictures all night.
Oh, that's
crazy
dope.
story. Yeah, I'll tell you the story one day, Landon. What's up, man? How you been?
Good yourself. It's been a minute. Almost a year since. I mean, we've seen each other since the last interview, but I mean, it's been a minute since we actually hopped on the phone or something like that in that nature to actually get an interview in. But yeah, I've been good. You know, trying to stay safe, stay clean, stay COVID free. You know how that goes.
Yeah, stay alive and keep your family safe. Yeah, it's been weird. It's a weird time that we're rolling through right now, and I think the good thing is everybody is dealing with it across the world. So it's not like you can't relate to somebody else and they can't relate to you. No, we all understand, you see some people and that they have to do what they have to do and we have to do what we have to do to stay safe and keep our family healthy. So you just kind of respect that about one another, kind of bringing us together in a sense, same
That's
team,
true.
baby. Same team.
That's true. We all going through it. So, I mean, you can't say like, what have you been doing? Well, I've been quarantined just like everybody else.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, okay, cool. How can I help out? What can I help you with?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Speaking of COVID-19, the pandemic, I guess we just go ahead and get started. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, numerous industries have been affected and had to make changes to adapt. How have you personally been able to adapt as a radio DJ during these hard times?
Yeah, man, I've been really blessed, man. The company that I work for is an independently owned company. So a lot of the sweeping changes that you've seen or heard about, a lot of the furloughs, a lot of the people getting fired, a lot of positions getting eliminated, we kind of, avoid a lot of that stuff that these big major corporations have had to do. But nonetheless, we have been affected, financially, and, fewer advertisers, no events, so no concerts, no clubs, not a lot of events in the community. Normally we're at schools. Normally we're throwing pool parties and we're doing slip and slides and we're hanging out in the streets all day. So you don't see that, at least at K104, we haven't been able to, take advantage of that opportunity. And it's kind of, it's kind of like a little setback, a little change of pace for us. But as far as like on air, I still go to the studio every night. I'm still on, 5 hours, 7 to midnight. And I'm in there by myself, so there's no risk. There's one baby's in there before me, and then there'll be somebody else that comes up, and works after me. So I think, other than the morning show, because they're doing their shows from the house. I think other than the morning show, we're still blessed to be able to at least show up for work, and have some type of normal routine, in our schedule. But yeah, it's a weird time for us too. And I think, one thing about radio is it gives us an advantage because people know us, they know our voice. We're a part of the community. We're pillars in the growth of the community in Dallas-Fort Worth, and people really depend on us. And I think, we've been there for them just to inform and entertain and turn up a little bit, with the music and keep it light. You know what I'm saying? It can get really dark. It can get really heavy if you start thinking about it and really over processing it. But I think our job is to just kind of keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, we in it together. How can we make it better? Share your stories. We do a lot of stimulus work. As far as like, financial giveaways with 1-800 Truck Wreck and DD in the Morning giving away $1,000. So we try to help out, in those ways. just trying to, just try to keep it light for the city and keep them entertained and informed every step of the way, of the pandemic. And so far so good,
Where do you see the industry as a whole? Because you've been a veteran for a while in the music game. Where do you see it headed once COVID-19 is finally resolved?
Man, I think, terrestrial radio will always be here. I think, you got 4 or 5 corporations that own most of the radio stations. And, you got a few independent ones. I think, the major corporations will, find out what's best for them, business-wise and culture-wise, and try to find a balance. I'm sure a lot more syndicated shows, a lot more, Instagram, entwined with people's programs, giveaways and concert, hey, we're gonna watch virtual concerts and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's just what it is. It's just a tighten up all over. People just kind of tighten up. A lot of people gonna lose jobs and have already lost their jobs. People taking pay cuts. What I'm saying, including myself. We had to take a pay cut. So I think it's free entertainment. You never have to pay. You've never sent a money into a radio station. So I think that part is always there. And then we just offer a service of community, of awareness, of instructions if it gets crazy, for cases of emergencies. We offer instructions, and it's free. It's in everybody has radios in their car. We have apps now so people can tap and listen in on the app. But once again, I mean, it's free entertainment. Terrestrial radio will never go away. We offer something that nobody else can offer, and so for that reason, it'll always be solid. And I think only the strong will survive. What I'm saying? So people that really have passion for radio and passion for people and music, will always find jobs in the industry. What I'm saying? Those type of people are the ones that are in there now. What I'm saying? Just because radio is a different breed of personality and a different work ethic. We're, we broadcast is, just like on TV. It's like you're spend a lot of your time in a very public setting. What I'm saying? You make yourself available to a large portion of the audience and a large portion of the community. And so, yeah, I think that thing right there that radio holds is really sacred. And even though it is kind of it's with Spotify and SoundCloud and XM Sirius, there's so many more options, but radio is the only free option. And it's the only one where the DJ, what I'm saying? These people, they've been to your school, especially with K104. We've been to your school, we've been to your games. We've been in the community, we've met, we've done contests, and yeah, it's a great blend, and that's not going anywhere.
Speaking of contests, obviously you guys have done great work over the years, especially since I've been aware of it, since I was a kid. I guess why do you think it's important during these times for the station to be at the forefront doing Black Lives Matter, because you guys are always at the forefront of something? And then also the movement with the COVID-19 pandemic. You there?
And
Okay.
The name of our company, even though it's K104, the name of our company is Service Broadcasting. And so that's what we're all about. We're about service for the community, no matter whether it's, Black Lives Matter or, COVID-19 or a hurricane or a tornado or, somebody that's, sick. We do stuff for single mothers. We do stuff for battered women. We do, programs for schools and young kids. There's something for everybody that all of our DJs, all of our personalities in the station get involved with. And yeah, I just think that's how we were brought up, and that's how we were introduced into, especially K104 into this business is, you're only in it for the people. If they're not tuning in, if they're not, feeling the relationship, the communication is there, and the constant relationship that we have with them, then there's nothing else going on. It's just another channel on the box. So yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. And that's, like I said, service broadcasting is the name of our company. So that lets you know right now, like, we got your back. We're here for you. Call us. We make ourselves very accessible, and we offer nothing but, good news and good guidance, and try to get you connected with the right people. Our network is amazing that we have at the station, from the people that work there and the businesses locally and nationally that we deal with, whether it's through the record labels or whether it's through, Metro PCS or, whatever, club is going on. Our network is serious. And so we just make ourselves available and just offer, good advice and point you in the right direction,
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been in the DFW era for a while now, and have seen the highs and lows when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks specifically. I wanted to get your thoughts on the Mavericks being back in the playoffs for the first time in 5 years, right? Since 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man, I'm excited, and they look good too, man. I mean, you said it, the ups and downs, the episodes with San Antonio, the episodes with the Lakers, and I mean, just, we've been through it. And it's crazy you say that we haven't been in the playoffs since 2015. We haven't won a playoff series since the championship year. So, right now is a very good time, just because, okay, we're getting a little sniff, you know what I'm saying? We sniffing the playoffs again. And then we hanging with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? You got Luka, you know what I'm saying, Rookie of the Year. They talking about MVP. You know what I'm saying? He's at least in the conversation of what he's done. You see what happens in the first 2 games of the playoffs, and he's up there with the greats at a young age. If he stays healthy with, Carlisle and these the coaches, man, they seem that they got these players, on the right path. They working together, a lot of young guys, a couple veterans in there. But yeah, like I'm happy to see these guys. Porzingis is doing his thing. If he can stay healthy and
stay in the game.
Stay in the game and keep us cool. I think the Mavs can be really dangerous. The way that they played the Clippers both games, really. They started off bad the first game, but the second game, they led the entire time. So that confidence that they have now, hey, I mean, come on now. Like, you get in a good rhythm. You got your touch. They're not dealing with any road games or crowd issues or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? There's no pressure. So these guys, they look cool on the court. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, hopefully they make a nice little run, man. It's going to be trouble.
I know.
Not for this year, like for the next 5, 6 years.
7 years. I know that I was talking to somebody the other day. I was on somebody's IG live. I forget who it was, but I was saying they were talking about the Mavericks, and I brought up the concept of Porzingis can't be the toughest guy on the court when it comes to, you know what I mean? Like, we like to see that, but when you're the second best player on a team, they can't be. If you got 2 technical fouls and there's an issue, he can't be the first one to go stick up for somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's going to happen, you got to have one of your role players, just like they're having role players go after him. You got to match role player with role player. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because
no. Let me tell you what happened to me one time. So at a intramural game, I was in 5th or 6th grade, and I was in an intramural game, and I was pretty good on my team. I might have been the best player, but definitely like top, 2 or 3 on my team. And so one day I'm bringing the ball up the court. During the game, I'm bringing the ball up the court, and this guy's like the defense is riding on my back, like trying to get the ball. And you could tell this, he was way out of his league trying to get the ball from me, but he was just trying to, and he kept pushing me and being extra rough. And, he didn't know what he was doing. He just was trying to get the ball. And I was like, nah, bro, like, go back over there and play some defense and set up, we're going to bring the ball,
Yeah.
But he didn't stop. He just drove me. I mean, he rode me from the baseline all the way to half court. And so when I got to half court, I was pissed. So I stopped, and he came in front of me, right? Yeah. And then I threw the ball at him, all right? I threw the ball at him. the ref blew the whistle, teed me up, and kicked me out the game.
Right.
It just so happens my dad was the referee. Okay?
Oh, that's bad. That's all bad.
So my dad, he blew the whistle, he teed me up, and he told me to go work the concession stand with my mom, who was selling popcorn and Cokes in the concession stand. So this is a true story, and then on the ride home, my dad explained that same thing that you asked me about, Landon.
Yeah.
He said the teams will do that.
Yeah.
He said teams will put some scrub in there.
Yeah.
And then they will go and try to aggravate the main player to get them teed up or to get them hot. He said you can't lose your cool in those situations.
Right.
And so that was a lesson learned in my life.
Right.
And then when I see it play out for other people like it did Porzingis, I say, yep, they need it. They're gonna learn the hard way.
Right.
You got to be cool. Like one of my favorite slogans is, "Lions don't lose sleep over sheep."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you have to play it. Like, I'm sorry, no, go ahead.
I got one tech. I'm not getting another one. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, especially if you have one tech.
Yeah.
Porzingis, he got one tech. He's pushing it. So yeah, and I'm glad he got to play in the last game. I don't know why I thought that if you get teed up for fighting that you had to sit out a game. I don't know why I thought.
I think it's 7 technicals in the playoffs. So if he gets 6 or more, then he's suspended for I think one of the playoff games or whatever it is.
Okay, yeah, because I think it happened to Draymond.
Yeah,
it happened to Draymond the year that the Cavs, and I was like, dang, I didn't know what the rule was. I was like, man, if he's teched up, he's gonna have to miss the next game. But I'm glad he got to play.
Yeah, it's 7 techs. That Draymond collects techs quickly, so that's why he missed game 5.
Yeah.
So basically, Dennis Rodman made a career. He made the Hall of Fame pestering the other team's best player.
Yeah, that's a great example of somebody that's like, look, I'm not here to score points. I'm not gonna play no finesse game. I'm gonna keep you outside of the paint.
Yeah.
He got that from playing in Detroit. He learned that from John Sally and Dumars and them boys. He learned that from them, and that's great. And you need somebody like that on the team. Do we have somebody like that for the Mavericks?
That's what they need. I mean, I guess the closest person is Dorian. But outside of that, there's not really nobody that's playing bully ball with the Mavericks right now. I mean, you don't have just Sean Stevenson or somebody like that. Yeah. This team does not have that type of person right now.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get Beverly in the offseason. I thought we were going to
that would be your pest, but we don't.
Yeah, that would have been a good guy to get. But yeah, I think, man, as long as they're hitting their shots, man, and keeping their cool, they'll be fine. These boys, they play together great. We got Boban. I fuck with Boban, man. Like, Boban is so cool. He keeps that energy good on the team. And then, he's a little trouble down there in that paint, man. You're trying to get a rebound or you're trying to get a putback. He's right there.
I mean, Boban always brings people's spirits up. I mean, you could be walking around the game. He hasn't played 1 minute in the game and stuff like that. And after the game, he say, how you doing? How you doing? Your spirits come up and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter what you're going through. If he says something to you, it's like, I'm not worried about what that was. He just has that vibe around him. So,
yeah, they got something special. They got something really special right now. And I'm hoping they make something in the playoffs.
Speaking of KP, him and Luka have, been put the Mavericks on the back over the last basically couple years, I guess you could say too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think their ceiling could be if they stay here? If Mark is able to keep them here and not let one of them walk like he did Steve Nash, and he's been on record and said that was a big mistake. What do you think those two ceiling could be?
Yeah, I think definitely a trophy. Definitely a trophy, man, and could that be 1 trophy? Could that be 2 trophies? I wouldn't say dynasty or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's so hard to stay healthy and keep your teams together and
people
finding the right
feet. Legs nowadays and stuff like that.
We had Dirk. We had Dirk, and we were pretty fortunate to get 1 title.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think with Luka, who's, going to be a great player, he could have a nice run, for the next, 8 to 10 years, be really super solid. So I figure, man, if you get one title, that's great.
That's a success, yeah.
That's unbelievable success. But ceiling, 2 or 3. I mean, for real, with that type of player that he is at a young age that he is, the organization, with Cubes and Carlisle, they got a good blend. If they get a right piece in there, a couple pieces in there, we'll get some younger guys and some role players to hit them threes in the corner and stay outside, and it could be nice. But yeah, I'd say 2 to 3, would be absolutely amazing. 1 would be great, and that's, Luka would deserve that. As short as careers he had, he would deserve something like that,
I know Stephen A. Smith, when he was here a couple months ago, he said that he could see Dallas winning a title in 2 to 3 years. And
yeah.
that was before Porzingis came back healthy. He said that they can finally get him healthy. He could see that happening. And obviously they have the pillars that would bring in other players. Some teams don't even have that. And to be honest with you, no disrespect to Dennis Smith Jr., because he's the only one with the Knicks still, right, with those picks, right? It basically took two first-round picks, Andre Jordan, Wes Matthews, and Smith. And Smith's the only one that's left from that trade outside of the picks. So really, New York got finessed again.
Hey, and they're still the like a top sports franchise. They're like, the numbers just came out like a month ago. It's
they're still worth like $5 billion.
Yeah, like the Cowboys are number 1, and then the Yankees, and then like somehow the Knicks are still in like the top 5 or 6, I think. And that's crazy. And
that's the market, New York. That's the only reason why. I mean, if it wasn't, what's it called? I mean, I know where we're at in Dallas and stuff like that, but like both teams haven't won anything major championships in a while, and they're still up top. You know what I mean? So
the Cowboys,
the marketing pool.
Yeah, the Cowboys have done an amazing job. You have the number 1 sports franchise in the world, and you've won 3 playoff games since I graduated high school. 3 high school.
Flipping the script there. I got you. Man. No, but yeah, I mean, pretty much New York is still up top. They're mad because last night they didn't get in the lottery. I
didn't see that last night. What?
No, I think they're in the top 8, but the Minnesota Timberwolves got the first pick. The Warriors had the second pick. The Hornets had the third pick. Yeah, I said the same thing. And then the Bulls had the 4th pick, and then I don't remember the list after that. But
okay. Yeah, that's tough, man. New York, man, they lost on Zion.
Yeah. They lost on Kevin Durant. They lost on Kyrie Irving. They lost on Kemba Walker.
They didn't want Kevin Durant, man. That Achilles is gonna be trouble, man.
Still off him. They didn't even take a meeting though with Kawhi Leonard though. No, Come on, you don't even offer Kawhi Leonard.
Oh no, Kawhi. They definitely should have got with Kawhi. But no, they didn't want KD. They had too much money and too much risk, man. That Achilles.
But we won't know how he'll return. We know how Breanna Stewart's doing. She's balling in the W right now. So, I mean, with the Achilles.
She had Achilles?
Yeah.
And Wesley Matthews, didn't he have an Achilles too? Didn't Wesley?
Two.
Yeah, he's still in. I saw him playing last night.
So, I mean, it just depends. We don't know how they're going to come back. He might come back better than ever. You never know. Kevin Durant, you never know.
He just looks too skinny, man. He's all Achilles, man. Like you just.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I know Breanna's balling right now.
Yeah, even if he has to stay out top and shoot over, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine shooting.
I mean, he'll never lose his jump. He's a shooter, so I mean, he's a scorer, so he's gonna never lose his jump shot. He could.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer, regardless of what if he never wins a championship again. No, he's KD's first ballot. KD is first ballot if he didn't even play again another down and again. International, I mean he's got the gold medal, right, with Team USA. He's got the championships, he's got the MVP. KD's first ballot right now without coming back, I think, personally.
Yeah, they Yeah, NBA. I mean, the Basketball Hall of Fame is not too hard to get into.
It's the easiest one to get into because they do a lot collectively and stuff like that too. So
yeah. Hold on, let me plug my phone up. My battery's about to go dead. Hold on. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I know you are a huge Cowboys fan. What are your thoughts on?
I am a big Cowboy fan.
What are your thoughts about Pearson finally getting his Hall of Fame nod?
Man, he just off the Hail Mary play alone, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. Just for that one play alone, you know. I mean, I never knew Drew Pearson to play like that. I only know, you know, because I'm 42, so I don't remember watching him play at all. But yeah, just off of that one play alone, he should have been in the Hall of Fame. I don't even know the numbers. I don't know how many years he played or how many touchdowns or how many catches, and I don't even know any of that. You know. But how many does he have rings? How many rings does he have?
I think he has. Well, he has at least one. I know that for sure.
Okay, so yeah, he's champion, and he's a part of football history.
Yeah,
you're in the Hail Mary. Like there's only a Hail Mary play because of him.
Yeah,
and Roger Staubach. You know, that's enough for me. I'm voting him in. Like, oh, this guy did this. Oh, okay, yeah, he's in. He made the catch. He pushed the guy a little bit. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You saw how they have it at the Star, how it plays out coming down the steps. You know, the frame by frame, they have a nice little tribute on the staircase. Yeah, Drew Pearson, man, is a great guy. I've met him 2 or 3 times. Always in the community, man. Always, got his shirt tucked in and a suit jacket on, and always reps well for the Cowboys. He's all passion. I introduced him to my son, and they had a cool little meeting. So yeah, Drew Pearson he's Triple D all the way, man. Dallas Cowboy legend, and you're a Hail Mary and you got a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, he's got my vote.
Do you think that Jerry will finally put Jimmy in the Ring of Honor now that next year we know he's going into the Hall of Fame? He didn't have to buy his way in like Jerry did. I'm gonna take jabs at him, but no, in all seriousness, do you think he's finally gonna get the Ring of Honor that tribute that he deserves, being that he was the catalyst for the 3 most recent Super Bowl runs that the Cowboys had?
I don't see why not, but I also don't understand why he got fired in the first place. I mean, I know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I've heard the stories. Chris Arnold told me this, broke it down for me one time. Shout out to CA.
He's going in as well. He's going into the Hall of Fame as well. I think the Radio Hall of Fame, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Texas
sports something.
Yeah, I think he's in the sports, and I think he's in the Black Radio Hall of Fame, and then I think it's either sports or Texas Radio Hall of Fame. But yeah, he's going in as well. But there's no reason why he wouldn't put him in the Ring of Honor. I mean, you've got everybody else. You've got Irvin, Emmett, and Troy, and if whatever they went through, whatever they said, unless Jimmy tried to sleep with Jerry's wife, I don't see why he wouldn't put him in. There might be something else going on with this relationship that we really don't know. But yeah, he should definitely be in the Ring of Honor. I mean, how about those Cowboys? I mean, walk the walk, talk the talk. This is the guy. I mean, he was down in Miami. He came up and did his thing, got him right. Picked the players and got them on the right path. They partied hard. They played better. They got 2 rings back to back.
Miss a year and then go right back to the championship. So
So, I think that he should definitely put him in the Ring of Honor. I think it'll be great to see 2 grown men hugging and crying on each other about some stuff that they did in the past, and they both regret it, and they're glad they could talk about it. But yeah, I think that will happen one day, no doubt.
Who do you think is going to introduce him? Who do you think is going to introduce Jimmy? I mean, you think the perfect scenario would be Jerry to introduce him into the Hall of Fame? I mean, to bury the hatchet and have Jerry be the person that puts him, that inducts him into the Hall of Fame?
Ooh, that would be epic, and that would be the perfect place to make the announcement.
Yeah.
For the Ring of Honor. Yeah, right. You hit that, Landon. Yeah.
That's what these reporters need to be asking Jerry when they see him. That's in Jimmy when they see him. Is there any way that we can squash that? What's it called? Because we know that if it wasn't for the other, depending on who you ask more than the other, there's no championships without that.
Jerry would do it just because of the grandeur of the Hall of Fame and behind the podium to tell that story.
Right.
It would give Jerry a lot of glory as well.
Right.
To make that speech.
Right.
He could be the glory and then hand off the trophy like he was the one that gave him. Yeah. I brought you to the Hall of Fame because I hired you to coach my team.
Yeah.
We did what we thought you did what we thought you were gonna do, and now because of me, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and put you in the Ring of Honor. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, he could finesse that.
Yeah, but it would be a good thing for those guys to come back together and do that. Do that.
That's actually a perfect opportunity, man. That would be great.
Obviously, we know that K104 has been one of the catalysts for what's his name? I should probably know that. What's his name from Dallas? The artist.
Yella Beezy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the next one? Who's the next one do you guys see break it? You guys being the forefront to help break the next Dallas artist.
Yeah, man, everybody in Dallas got some heat. There's a chick named Erica Banks.
Mm-hmm.
She just got put on and she's making her waves. My man D-Tall's been putting on. I don't know if you know D-Tall. I got my boy, 3 Money.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many artists and so many producers and people doing stuff from Dallas. Who else, man? I like Solo Lucci. I like Trap Boy Freddy. I like Mo3. I like all these guys, man. They've all got skills. Who else, man? Golly. I got my boy Carlos, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that's too many. Landon, like, so many people already popping in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So many people already winning, bro, winning Grammys, making plaques. These people getting trophies and they getting celebrated already. It's just tough to say this is a Dallas, Dallas. Yeah, like people forget, like DOC is from Dallas and people forget.
Player Skillz.
A lot of people, Playing Skillz. These guys get nominated Latin Grammy. I mean, they go platinum every project they put out, they're platinum. Yeah. And they're international. Them boys do shows overseas like it ain't nothing.
And see the thing. Everybody talks about them, and if you think about it, it's like, well, the only thing they air quotes, right, that everybody remembers outside of Dallas is the world has too many freaks, but they've been doing hits after hits after hits.
Oh, these boys, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, these boys, they work with anybody who's anybody on that Latin scene, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think their biggest rap joint was the one with Chameleonaire.
Was that Freaks?
They did They See Me Rolling.
They hate it. Yeah, I got you.
They produced that joint. That they were like the first ones to win awards off of ringtones. Like they were winning awards just off downloads and stuff like that.
They did that song with him, and he was a ringtone king at that time. He was the ringtone king. And he's still making money off of ringtones, to be honest.
Yes.
He's still making money off of the ringtones, so it's crazy.
These guys they got serious connections, man. They make amazing music that's you hear every day. You know what I'm saying? And they're in the mix tough, bro. Yeah, big shout out to Playing Skillz, man. And they can ball too, both of them, man. They got skills on the court.
Do you think that is there any way do you think that I guess Dallas and Asian Doll can embrace each other a little bit more than what we've seen over the last couple of years. Because she said
Who?
that Asian Doll, she's from here. She's from
Oh
Dallas.
yeah. I know Asian Doll. Yeah, she used to be a DG. I know what it is.
Do you think that at some point that relationship between the city and her can be like repaired more or less? She says that she doesn't feel like Dallas supports her as much.
Oh man, you tell her to get in line with that argument. Everybody says that about Dallas, man. I think people make that statement. I think they have unrealistic expectations, about where they live. I'm not from here, so I kind of know different.
Mm-hmm.
This is a city, a spread out city. They're just,
Right.
It's hundreds of square miles, man, out here in Dallas and Fort Worth. And it's just, I can name people that are superstars right now, Selena Gomez and,
Mm-hmm.
Erykah Badu and Jessica Simpson and,
Demi Lovato, isn't she from here too?
Demi Lovato, yeah, like Demi Lovato. So these are people that are on a bigger superstar platform, and they're not there because Dallas made them popular. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're like Selena Gomez wasn't, like, yo, man,
I'm searching out Selena Gomez coming up. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what
you know what I'm saying? Like that, she's not to that play. Like, don't expect or don't wait for Dallas to rally behind you.
Right.
Like even Dero Music, like he gets more play on the radio in LA than he does down here in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? And he gets it. He's like, yo, I try to do so much here in Dallas, and then I had to go somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to get that that extra push and that extra support, which is not bad. And it's actually better.
Yeah, you get the LA support and the New York support. They gotta play. They gotta play. You guys gotta play it here anyway. Well, most of the syndicated ones that are not independent, you guys can play what you want at K104, but everywhere else they have to listen to the rules of these other companies and stuff.
Right.
So
it's just such a big city out here, and everybody's got their own vibe. Everything, each city has its own thing. Each block, each neighborhood, each street. So it's tough to get everybody to get on one. You know what I'm saying? I think when you think about like, Big Tuck and Tum Tum and Southside Gorilla, and you think about those type songs, like, this Dallas, you know what I'm saying? But they're still not superstar, like, you know what I'm saying? They're local, that's local flavor, that's good. You know what I'm saying? It's spice for the city. And I think that, you don't need everybody in Dallas to push you to another level. Hey, you get a little buzz and then move around, And I'm trying to think of the guy, man, the blues artist, man, from Fort Worth, man. He's on the Gap commercial and all that, man. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I just can't think of his name at the moment.
Yeah. I forgot his name, but yeah, I just saw him on some. He said the national anthem for, I don't know, it was the some event that happened a week or so ago. But yeah, man, like people from Dallas Fort Worth, they own, bro. They winning. They making money. They getting trophies. They making platinum hits, country, rap, rock. You know what I'm saying? Gospel. There's all kind of artists and stuff.
Exactly. I know Fred Hammond lives here. You know what I mean?
Fred Hammond. Yeah, I mean, like, the list goes on and on and on. It's just, it's not like just one central, like, hey, this is the way to get through. People out here eating, man, and they got great, amazing talents.
What other things are on your agenda? Because I like to get the person that I'm interviewing. Like what other some things that you're looking to pursue as far for outside of being DJ. Like what are other business ventures that you're interested in? Obviously, we said you modeling and stuff like that. But what other things are you doing right now?
Yeah, so I just started my tow truck company.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Tow Now. Instead of Whoa Now, it's Tow Now.
Tow Now.
Yeah, Tow Now. I got the jingle. You want to hear the jingle?
Yeah.
All right, here it goes, Landon. You lock your keys in your ride and you stuck outside. Tow now, and your car got a flat. You ain't with all that. Tow now, If your battery dead, ain't no need to be scared. If you caught on a roll, baby, you know where to go. Toe now. So yeah, man, anything from roadside assistance, dead batteries, you lock your keys in, flat tires. You got a broke down car, you need it towed to the shop. You get in a wreck, something like that. You bought a car, you want to get it towed at the auction or whatever. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do box trucks, roadside assistance, and eventually hot shot service and 18-wheelers. Okay. Eventually further down the line. And so, yeah, man, this is my first business adventure. It's my first time putting money into something besides an investment. Mm-hmm. This is my first time owning anything, you know what I'm saying, to actually have ownership over your job mm-hmm. and over, over your future, over your work. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I'm excited, man. It's probably taken me, 2 or 3 years to get everything, lined up. You got to make sure you have the right licenses. You got to make sure that you have the right, business plan laid out. I played devil's advocate, try to figure out ways why this wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. But, the tow truck business is going to be good for me.
Yeah, it's booming right now. It's every day, to be honest. It's hard to say, but it is.
I never have to convince you that you need a tow truck.
Yeah.
I don't have to convince you that your battery is dead and you need, a flat tire replaced. I don't have to convince you. Mm-hmm. And so I just have to be, the name that comes up on your mind, and I have to, answer the phone when you call. Mm-hmm. And so, with the longevity that I've had at K104 and, the name recognition, mm-hmm. I will be the biggest name in tow trucks. You know what I'm saying? They don't have Emmett Smith Towing. They don't have Jerry Jones. There's nobody else. There's no, Dak Prescott truck, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so instantly I'll be the biggest name, and it'll be easier for me to get work. It'll be easy for me to get drivers, get investors. Mm-hmm. And not only will it's about, making money and solidifying a future and ownership, but you also save the day, man. Like, people be on the side of the road in a hot summer day and the car is out and they need somebody to come and swoop them up and get them to wherever they were trying to go. So when you pull up, man, they're happy as hell to see you and to pay you, please, I'm stuck here. Please take $150, $200, whatever. And so, that's the plan. It's just a service. Once again, like radio, is to be of service mm-hmm. and to be of ownership of my own stuff, man. It's exciting. I'm happy. And I have a foundation I'm working on for kids, man. School is Cool Foundation.
Okay. What is that gonna entail? Like, but just like school supplies, or just trying to get them in the right opportunities? Like, what are you thinking about that as far as the foundation?
Yeah. So originally it's called School is Cool is the name of foundation. School is Cool Foundation. And, the reality of it is school is not cool.
Right.
and so, so there's no fooling the kids. You know what I'm saying? And there's no, after they go in there, like, they know that the information is on their phone. Mm-hmm. All the history, anything that you want to ask, I can find out in 20, 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. Faster than you can teach somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yep. I think learning how to access and how to use the information is actually more important than knowing, whatever. Unless you're going to be a lawyer or mm-hmm. unless you're going to be a doctor, where something is really like, you have to know, life and death situations. But for a lot of this stuff, your experience is more important. Your network, your work ethic, your attitude, and your personality, all of these things, are actually more important than, learning something in a book that you never like. That's great. If I don't give a damn about math and, algebra and geometry, I want to be on this side. I want to be in management. I want to be on this, So what we plan to do for younger kids, we have a program called J's for A's, mm-hmm. where you get A's on your report card and we give away Jordans. Mm-hmm. For middle schools, we do Lit at Lunch. We come through and we mix in the cafeteria and we host giveaways. For high school, we do Field Trip Friday. We take the kids out to schools and bring them to the businesses that are here in the Metroplex. Bring them to Dr. Pepper. Bring them to the GM plant. Okay. Bring them to Cowboy Stadium. Let them walk around. Let them tour the stadium. Take them to the Frito-Lay plant. Mm-hmm. Take them to a lot of these major corporations that are out here and let them know, like, hey, these businesses,
these are people like you when you're yeah, exactly.
they you know, when you're growing up, what type of career do you want? You know, I don't want to. We do career days already, and there's like the cop, and there's the fireman, and there's the car salesman, there's the lawyer and the doctor. But we're in the classroom, and you know, I'm a DJ, and I'm telling you that I'm on the radio. I would much rather you come to the radio station with me, sit in the room, see how the buttons, you know what I'm saying, see how everything works, how the technology works, and you might get in there, man, this is something that I want to do when I get older. Or you might say, nah, this is whack. I thought I wanted to do this. Now I really like to, you know, be something else.
Right.
And so you take them, instead of the lawyer in your classroom, let's take them to the law firm.
Right.
You know, let them walk the halls and, you know, let them see what the break room is like. Let them see how you know, how you dress, you know, what do you drive? You know, how your office is set up. You know, to see it and smell it will go so much further. The experience for a young man or woman, you know what I'm saying, a young lady, to say, wow, like, I like how they're pros out here. I like how they have to communicate. I like the way they move around, or, you know, whatever it is, you know, whatever business is, they want to showcase what they have. And then, you know, the youngsters seeing it, man, who knows, you know, what that sparks, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know, why are you a reporter? Well, you know, what did you see at a young age that made you say, man, I want to do that? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we want to create, you know what I'm saying? Just that environment for them to say, wow, man, you know what? You know, they took us out of class and then they showed us something that opened our eyes to a whole nother level. Exactly. And then they get excited about their future, and then they can start working towards, you know, long-term goals. And, but yeah, basically it's called the School is Cool Foundation. And, you know, just little programs just so we can show up and be there, and then show them opportunities and options for their life. And so, yeah, I'm a little disappointed with the way that the school and structure is set up right now, because we're more hands-on. We're more visiting the school. We're more take the kids out and see things. And with this COVID, you know, we're going to have to be creative and find ways on how we can still be effective in this environment, you know what I'm saying? And the way things are moving, how we can still be as effective, you know?
I think, I guess, final question. I know by the time this episode dropped, the series might be over, but how many games do you think the Mavericks and Clippers series will go? And obviously, you know, the Mavericks have looked like they probably should be 2-0 right now. I mean, like, if you ask any expert fan or anything of that nature, will say that, you know, Clippers did not play like they are the favorite to win a championship this year in the first couple games. But how many games do you think that series will actually go?
We're doing 7-game series this first round?
Yeah, I think it's 7-game series, I think. Okay. I think, yeah, they're all 7-game series. Yeah.
Because I know at one point, I forgot what it used to be, 5, and then it moved to –
Yeah.
I mean, man, I could see this series going 7 games. You know, I could see, you know, the momentum swing in both directions. You know, I like Doc Rivers, you know, but if these Clippers don't get it together, man, and work together, and, you know, the bubble's different, man. People are out of their routines. There's no crowd. So you're not dealing with there might not be the same adrenaline. Right. You know, and that might not be the same, you know, whatever the routine was before and after the game. Like, a lot of the dudes ain't getting that, you know, them girls or party. Yeah. So, you know, who knows? Maybe they don't like the food. Yeah. You know, I think man, Mavericks got a chance in this first round, man. Like, I've been impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I've been impressed not only with the Mavericks play, but I've been disappointed in how the Clippers, you know what I'm saying, look lethargic. If Doc can't get him right, hey. If Doc can't get him right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they could get knocked out, man. I say 7 games.
Well, I think I'm going to be talking to Carlisle, and I'm thinking about, well, he's got a press conference in about, an hour, 15 minutes or so. Okay. So I'm going to try to hop on that one because I got a couple questions to ask him. But basically, you know, Paul George hasn't really been he was a factor in game 1, but, like, his foul trouble has been the issue. But then again, there's no excuse. He's supposed to be they brought him there to be a superstar, right? To be the Batman, the Robin to Kawhi Leonard's Batman, right? But in the first couple of games, he claims, you know, a couple years ago he gave himself, you know, the nickname Playboy. I'm not Playboy P, Playoff P. And he hasn't been looking like Playoff P the last couple of years. Damian Lillard knocked him out in the first round. You know, that back and forth a couple of weeks ago that really sparked Damian's play as of recently. You know what I mean? So whatever Playoff P is, the Clippers need Playoff P to show up. Whatever that is, they need him to be the all-star that he was. And it doesn't matter if you have shoulder problems. You know, people played through worse injuries than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on the bubble, man. Anybody that's playing out of character,
yeah,
good or bad,
yeah.
Anybody that's playing out of character, good or bad, I'm blaming it on the bubble. You got 3 months off,
right?
You got 3 months off, and now you're playing in front of no crowd,
right? There's no excuse.
There's no excuse, but that's the foundation for the, you know.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm saying. If people look out of character, man, they were off for 3 months, and then they're playing in an environment they're uncomfortable with. You know, if somebody asks me to go to work and my environment is different or something's different, I'm gonna perform different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be different. Hey, if I had to broadcast from my house, mm-hmm. you know, it's gonna be different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be me, and I'm mm-hmm. still gonna play with the same deal, but you know. It's not the same. You're not doing the same deal. You're not, you know,
doing the same routine. You're not doing the same
routine. Little things, bro. Like your mm-hmm. breakfast, your ride to work. You know, who's greeting you when you walk in the door, whether it's security guard or like mm-hmm. for my case, like the concierge in my building mm-hmm. or the security guard. You know, whoever it is that you see, that routine is not there. You know, your after game routine. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the equipment and the rehab and all that stuff all that routine is stirred up different. So
right.
Yeah, anything out of character. Like there's some people that have been balling down there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe they get nervous in front of crowds.
Right.
And, you know, and they're not nervous. You know, maybe people that get amped up when there's a crowd and they get right. amped up when there's somebody yelling at them.
Right.
You know, but I'm charging that to the bubble, man. No doubt.
And you got to think about it this way. Everybody knows who Damian Lillard is, right? But now that he was on center stage with this bubble, mm-hmm. everybody could see it like, oh, we didn't know Dame had game like that. You know what mm-hmm. I mean? So, or we don't know that somebody from Orlando that nobody watches anymore. I mean, nobody's watching or looking for Orlando games, right?
Right.
That dude's balling. Or people don't really watch Maverick games or whatever it is. Now you know who Tim Hardaway Jr. is. Now you know who Dodo is. Now you know who some of these other like a Trey Burke is now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Center stage, because you have to watch. There's nothing else to watch but basketball right now.
Yeah.
And like as far as that goes, sports go. Baseball's trying, but we know that they're about to shut down here shortly anyway.
Yeah, baseball doesn't do good at all. The Rangers might get bailed out on that. Yeah. They might get bailed out.
So. But yeah, anything else you want to share with the people before we cut this short, or not short, but I mean, you know, we go our separate ways for this episode.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know, man, bro, the Cowboys, they're gonna be trouble. Cowboys in trouble. Hold on 1 second. Somebody know. Yeah.
You guys out here releasing players with no what's it called, as we talk about, it's just business.
Who?
Cowboys just released what's the name that they just signed from the Panthers.
Who do we get? I didn't see that.
You guys released somebody because he got an ACL injury. So basically they said there's no use for him on the squad.
On the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's every day. Hey, we got a high-power offense. All right? And we got some dogs on defense. We're going to be great. We got the coolest quarterback.
I was going to say there's no excuse for Dak this year. He better go out and win something because he's got all the weapons he needs, man.
Dak has been money, and Dak is money. Every time he gets in that huddle, cool as ice. Every time behind that podium, he says the right things. Yo, he's put up better numbers than he's like top 5 in half the numbers in the NFL. You know, You know, he's on his stuff, bro. The thing about the NFL, this is the truth. In the NFL, each game, it's really only like 2-3 plays difference in a win or a loss.
That's true. That's true.
You see what I'm saying? It's only 2 or 3 plays difference. You know what I'm saying? These boys, when they want it, they go get it. And if the referee's doing bad, or if, you know, Aaron Rodgers throws some crazy sideline pass,
yeah,
you know, but the Cowboys going to be great, you know.
Last question. Do you think Des Bryant gets a job this year?
Yes, he's going to get a job with the Ravens.
You think so?
Yeah, he's got a workout today or tomorrow with the Ravens.
Okay. And he's been working out with Patrick Mahomes too, who's also from Dallas, by the way. I mean, well, technically he's from the area. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be in Kansas City. I think the Ravens is a better fit for Dez. I think they'll pick him up, and I think they'll like his passion, and I think they need what are the other wide receivers that Baltimore has?
You got Holiday Brown. They were trying to go get Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Antonio Brown's also on the Seahawks radar.
Okay.
I don't know their whole. They got. I think Crabtree's not there no more.
No. See, they need some veteran leadership, and they need somebody that can go down there and post up, man, and get somebody on that fade route.
Yeah.
You know, they got enough dynamics in the backfield. You know, with Lamar, and you know, Dez will be tough. Dez will be a tough matchup in the red zone for anybody, just because he's so big and strong. And I think Baltimore's going to pick him up.
And you know, Lamar's got to throw the ball, because if he doesn't throw the ball, they're just going to stack the box and, you know, basically, you know, tee off on him. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that we know when people are running quarterbacks and stuff like that. You have to spy and basically treat him like a running back.
Yeah, he's dynamic, man. He might be, you know, he's on that big level, man. He's dynamic to watch. It's tough to do. You rush him, he runs by you. You stay back. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna flick it over your head. So, yeah, he's cold, and I think. And
that's what I'm saying. You gotta get him the weapons that he needs, because you know, basically, you know, if he doesn't get out of bounds the right way, that people will start taking. That's what happened to Vic. Started, you know, targeting his legs.
Yeah, I think Dez will be a good pickup. I think they'll sign Dez, man. They invited him out for a workout. I think they're gonna see what he's got. He's been working out with D-Rob. I've been watching them videos and been posting, man. So, yeah, I would love to see Dez, man. You know, watch them grow up here and, you know, playing for the Cowboys, and just proud of his progress. And he's not giving up, man. He wants it, and he's gonna get his chance. You know, they're gonna give it to him.
I know Cowboys fan would love to see him back, but you guys looks like you guys got too many weapons already, man.
Nah, the Cowboys. Why do you keep saying y'all? Who are you a fan of?
Cowboys. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I mean, you know.
You've been hanging around Ron Murray too much, man.
I'm from Seattle, though, so you can't knock me for that.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
okay, Steve Largent.
Yeah. You know, actually, at the end of the day, we gave y'all the blueprint with the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson. So, you know.
Oh, yeah, well, he's also second baseman for the Rangers. Don't forget about that.
That's true. Is he with the Rangers, or is he with the Yankees?
No, I know he did some spring training with the I think we drafted him.
And I thought you guys traded him to the Yankees. Possibly.
Oh yeah, maybe so. I know he did a couple drills with the Rangers outfit on 3 or 4 years ago. So
that's true.
You know, just fun to watch, man. I love baseball.
I know you do. That's why I was saying baseball might get the axe. You know what I mean? Because every time you come around, there's somebody testing positive, and they got 2 games. You know, 2 game suspensions. The Mets are the latest victim. So
yeah, that's tough. It's going to be tough for them to finish. You know, the stories about people that have, you know, especially with the Marlins, you know, they let players go and they got to bring people in from AA and AAA. You know, they're dealing with like skeleton squads and stuff like that. It's going to be tough for baseball.
All right, my guy, I'm going to let you go. You are off the clock.
All right, I appreciate you, Landon, man.
If I'm in my car, I know I'll be listening to you on the radio tonight. So.
Yeah, you got it. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody, man, banging that nightlife. I appreciate y'all already outright, Cat Daddy 7 to midnight. You know what I'm saying? They be like, you Slim Shady.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I what's it called? I didn't want to say it.
Yeah, they be like, you Slim Shady. I'm like, nah, I'm Slim Sexy, ladies. I'm Slim Sexy.
All right,
All right, Landon, be cool, bro.
All right, appreciate you.